As we all know, COVID has changed the world. During this phase, the lives of people came to a standstill. Also, we saw medicinal plants started emerging as home remedies. People started growing them in their terraces, in their farms, in their backyards, so on and so forth. In this episode of Masterclass, we have with us Ms. Pallavi, who is an expert in plant pathology, and she will help us in understanding the world of medicinal plants and how it benefits all of us.
Hi, my name is Pallavi and today I'm going to talk about medicinal plants. So when I say medicinal plants, the basic fundamental question which arises in our head is, what are medicinal plants, right? So medicinal plants are something which possess therapeutic properties and exerts beneficial pharmacological effects on human and animal body. And in this present situation, why this topic is very interesting, because you all know India is second in terms of population, right, after China, and major cities are becoming overcrowded, and poverty is in India is increasing day by day from last few years, and people are still living in small ghettos and slums. And both of these topics, I mean the population and poverty, has brought the healthcare challenges. I really wonder that the current death rate is 29 per 1000 live births, and 2.8 million neonatal death is taking place worldwide, and India alone accounts for 7 lakh children dying. All these things has brought the healthcare challenges a lot, and mortality due to poor health is increasing day by day. World is suffering from lots of diseases like heart diseases, respiratory diseases, dementia, diarrhea, etc., etc. If you name this, lot of n number of diseases. So what I want to tell at the end is, you all know that prevention is better than cure. So what I say is, medicinal plants not only boost your immunity but also increases your lifespan. So when you are using something predominantly, it's very important to know its history as well. So the earliest account of medicinal plants came from China, which date back to around 2800 BC. During 1950 to 1970, I really wonder that out of 100 plant-based new drugs which are introduced in USA drug market are derived from higher plants, including the common drugs like diserpidine and resinamide, which are extracted from the plant called sarpagandha, and vincristine. It's a very important drug. Even till today we are using it in chemotherapy, which is extracted from the plant called periwinkle, which you will find almost everywhere in Indian households. Some of these medicinal plants are still existing in our medicinal therapy or medicinal world. So I'll give you a few examples of those medicinal plants which are still using in the drug industry. So they are ajmalicin, which is extracted from the same plant, that is Rauwolfia serpentina, that is sarpagandha plant, which is majorly used to treat the hypertensive or antipsychotic behavior and lower high blood pressure. And allyl isothiocyanate, which is extracted from the plant called Brassica nigra, that is black mustard, which we consume almost every day, which is used as rubefacient. Rubefacient is something which we externally apply on our skin in order to reduce the inflammation. And acrolein. Acrolein is extracted from the plant Areca catechu, that is areca nut, which is majorly used as antihelmintic, I mean to prevent the infection caused by parasitic worms. And atropine is extracted from the plant called Atropa belladonna, and it is used as anticholinergic. Anticholinergic agent is something which is used as antidote for OP poisoning. OP poisoning is something which is the poisoning is caused by the intake of pesticides belongs to organophosphates group. This atropine is also injected to the patients which are suffering from the disease called Parkinson, because it blocks the involuntary cell muscle function. And it is also injected to the people who are given the dose of anesthesia in order to maintain their normal body function. Tetrahydrodecanol which is extracted from the plant called cannabis sativa, that is marijuana, which is anti-emetic property. Anti-emetic property is something which prevents the nauseatic sensation when you are given with the chemotherapy drugs. And it also reduces the ocular tension. Ocular tension is something which is created in your eyes where the intraocular pressure gets increased beyond the normal. And this chymopapain. Chymopapain is the enzyme extracted from the plant Carica papaya, that is papaya plant, which is injected to the person who are suffering from slip disc condition in order to resolve the pain. And it also acts as mucolytic. And what is mucolytic agent? Mucus is a thin layer which is present in the respiratory tract, which acts as first layer of defense in case of attack of any pathogen. So in order to clear this mucus layer, the person is injected with chymopapain. And hesperidin. Hesperidin is majorly extracted from the plants belongs to citrus species, which reduces the condition called capillary fragility. So capillary fragility is the condition where capillaries get narrowed down, which leads to blood leakage due to the blood rush in the capillaries. And the other chemical which we are using every day is caffeine. Caffeine acts as CNS stimulant. I mean, caffeine you take every day through coffee, maybe cold coffee or hot coffee. I mean, the day will go waste if you are not taking coffee, right? So it acts as CNS stimulant. I mean, it creates wakefulness when you are feeling tired or when you are feeling fatigue or something like that. There may be infinite number of problems we are facing, but trust me, nature has the capacity to heal everything. Imagine yourself walking around lemon orchard and how soothing it is to intake that aroma which it spreads all over. And traditional medicine still is recognized as preferred primary healthcare system by many communities. About 80% of world's population and about 60% of population from developing countries till today directly depending on medicinal plants for their primary health care. And most of the pharmaceutical products dispensed by physicians have a long history of being used as traditional medicines, including opium poppy, that is extracted from the plant called opium poppy, which acts as anti-diarrheal drug, and aspirin, which is taken as pain relief agent, and quinine, which fights against the malarial pathogen, that is Plasmodium falciparum, and there are many. And these modern medicines have active ingredient extracted from the higher medicinal plants. And about 80% of these active ingredients have positive correlation with modern therapeutic use as well as the traditional use. So let's look at the statistics, few facts about medicinal plants which I came across while researching this topic. India has around 15 agroclimatic zones and comprises of 18,000 plant species, of which 6,000 to 7,000 have therapeutic properties. These medicinal plants have numerous applications in Indian society, which is being used in traditional medicine system, that is Ayurveda, Unani, Sovarikpa, Siddha and Homeopathy. And out of 960 plant species traded, approximately 178 plant species have annual consumption rate of more than 100 metric ton, and of which 80% of these medicinal plants are extracted from wild species, whereas 60% of them are extracted from destructive farming practices. According to All India Traded Survey of Prioritized Medicinal Plants, which is conducted in 2019, the demand for these high-value medicinal plants has increased up to 50%, whereas the availability of them declined 26%. So you can clearly see there is a huge gap between demand and supply of medicinal plants for manufacture of Ayurvedic medicines in India, and which has also created habitat destruction and overexploitation of these medicinal plants by pharmaceutical companies, and which resulted in around 10% of the species have gone to a category of critically endangered, endangered, vulnerable and nearly threatened species. So it has a message to say us. I mean, it's clearly saying us how important it is to conserve and cultivation of medicinal plants. Let's look at few interesting facts about medicinal plants. So there's a plant called ginkgo, which is very old homeopathic herb and which is very old tree species which has never changed over geological times. And initially it was found as fossil, then accepted as extinct, but later spotted as living. It's the oldest homeopathic herb which has lots of medicinal uses to cure Alzheimer's, dementia, etc. etc. And turmeric, which we'll use every day, which is considered as tentpole of Indian Ayurvedic medicine because of its various properties like expectorant property, which is something which helps in thinning of mucus, thinning and ejection of mucus when you are suffering from cough or something like that. So that's the reason why it is used in cough syrup. And which is also has lots of antibiotic property. I mean, it fights against germs, etc. and also prevents the DNA mutations. Evening primrose flowers is also called as moonflower because it blooms as the sun begins to set, and it is huge medicinal property which is majorly used to cure PMS, that is premenstrual syndrome, which we women suffer like every month, like it may be fatigue or tiredness or stomach cramps, etc. Flax seeds. It's one among those handful of medicinal herbs which is very rich in omega-3 fatty acid, along with soybean, walnut and chia seeds, which is mainly beneficial for decreasing obesity, regulating blood pressure and colon cancer, also to reduce the inflammation and hot flashes. And tea tree oil. It is native to Queensland, which is mainly used to treat acne, athlete's foot, dandruff and insect bites. Grapeseed extract, which is very rich in antioxidant, same as found in wine, which is mainly used to cure LDL, that is low density lipoprotein, which is also called as bad cholesterol, and also used to reduce the weight. Let's talk about importance and uses of few medicinal plants which we consume every day. Lemongrass, mainly used to relieve the pain and also to reduce high blood pressure. Tivai-kirai, it is consumed because it has multivitamins in the herb. Betel leaf, it's good for diabetes, also acts as anti-cancerous agent. Spiral flag, which is mainly used to lower blood glucose level in the body. Kasturi manjal, treats several skin disease which normally occurs. Malabar spinach, it's a very good source of vitamin C, calcium, potassium, iron, and also acts as antifungal and anti-inflammatory agent. Indian mulberry improves appetite, digestion, also treats cough and respiratory related infections. Centella, which is neuroprotective activity and also increases the brain function. Rosemary, it is huge culinary use and also improves the brain function and improves blood circulation. Chamomile. Most of the people believe that it's a cure-all herb to cure anxiety and gives you relaxation. It's available in the market in the form of chamomile tea. Chairata, black pepper, sandalwood and neem, they're called as antipyretic agent, which means which reduces the heat which is caused by fever. Marshmallow root and leaf, which are mainly used as antacids, which neutralizes the acids in the stomach and aids in digestion. As proposed by India, United Nations General Assembly has declared 2023 as the International Year of Millets. Prime Minister Narendra Modi aims to make India a global hub of millets. COVID era is not over yet. We thought we have gotten out of it, but we are still trapped in the COVID bubble. And nutrition and diet have become major area of research. The outcome of various interventions like COVID led to widespread acceptance of functional and nutraceutical foods. So, augmenting immunity is the major concern of the dietary regime. its proper functioning is essential to maintain body homeostasis as well. And my conclusion intended to highlight the importance of medicinal plants as natural immune boosters, and these are best owed with functional ingredients which provide protection against various menaces and improve defense mechanism as well.